Hello everybody and welcome to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. My name is Mike Demaro and today's topic is going to be about perception. Now, I did an episode back a couple of months ago. It was talked about stereotyping. Now, I consider both stereotyping and perception to be kind of the same, but different in the fact that stereotyping is like you stereotype about someone, well, you stereotype about someone that's in a certain race or something like that. Or perception is like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel that perception is different from stereotyping. Now, when someone looks at me, they think their perception is, I'm a male, I'm big. Their perception of me is they think I'm strong. And most of the time, it's like they ask me to move tables. It's like, okay, you know, I'm not a strong person, or I don't feel that strong. My perception is that I'm not that strong, or I don't feel like a normal person. Now, there we go. That's the definition I was looking for on perception. That's an example I was talking about. You know, perception is your own thinking of things, whereas stereotyping, that's like is like people stereotype against each other. It's like you don't talk about yourself. Now, perception is almost like that, but comparing yourself, you compare yourself as well. You know, they see me. Some people may think the perception of me is like a normal person. That's not the case, alright? They don't know inside me. It's almost like judging a book by its cover and not seeing what is the truth about me. You know, they haven't opened up to me and saying what I can or cannot do in my life. I know I can be a person. I know I try to live a normal life, even though there's no such thing as a normal life, but I still try to live the best life that I can. Now, being perceptive to that, you know, trying to compare things. I know it's wrong to compare things in life, but if you compare things, you'll make your life feel better. Perception is like that. You know, if I read you the definition of perception, you'll probably figure it out. Perception is the organization, identification, and interpretation of sensory information in order to fabricate a mental representation through the process of transduction, which sensors in the body transform signals from the environment into encoded neutral signals. All perception involves signals in the nervous system, which in turn result from physical stimulation of the sense organs. And they use an example in here. Now I'm going to read you. For example, vision involves light striking the retinas of the eyes. Smell is mediated by odor molecules, and hearing involves pressure waves. Perception is not the passive receipt of these signals, but can be shaped by learning, memory, and expectation. Perception involves these top-down effects as well as the bottom-up process of processing sensory input. Now, it takes time to learn about perception. And perception is in the brain too. You gotta think before you speak. You gotta know what to say, because all people may think that you know the perception and you know what to say to them, but you gotta think to know before you say it to the person, you know, because we're all different in this world. You may notice that we are all different. Everybody is not created equal. Let's put it that way. Everybody is created equal, but let me say this. Everyone is not like you. You are not like them. You were raised different than what they were raised. They were raised differently than you. So you gotta think of it that way. But yes, all men are created equal, and all women are created equal. Everyone's created equal. Let's put it that way. Even though there are advantages and disadvantages. Now, like, let's say this. If someone talks about a new person this in a way you don't like, or you feel that this new person is not going to be like the way they're supposed to do things and all, you know, don't be like, don't harass them. Just teach them, you know. Everybody's perception to the way of new people coming on board and meeting new people is like, okay, what does this new person have to offer? And your expectations are high when you meet someone, pretty much. Your expectations are like, oh, this person's going to be a great person to work with, or this person's going to be an excellent person to work with, or an excellent friend that I'm going to meet for the rest of my life. And it may not be that way. So, don't get your hopes up. But keep in mind that everyone is different. So, like, person A might be different than person B. Keep that in mind when you figure these things out, you know. Don't be like, okay, this person is different from you and me, you know. But anyways, perception can be a hard topic to talk about. It is for me. I am trying my best to say how it is. But it's hard to talk about perception, you know, because it's like, you know, it's not the way a person's supposed to be, you know. And, you know, expectations are high, you know. But anyways, let me end this video. I know it's short, but if I do find more topic to talk about perception, I will. But it is kind of a weak topic for me, so I am going to end this video. But if I do find more material, I will talk about it on a future episode. So, I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye for now.